Good day, everyone. Today we're going to talk about statistics. Specifically, we're going to pose real-life problems that can be solved by statistics, formulate simple statistical instruments, and gather statistical data. So statistics is a branch of mathematics that deals with the collection, classification, description, and interpretation of data obtained by the conduct of surveys and experiments. Its fundamental purpose is to describe and draw inferences about the numerical properties of a population. So statistics deal with these four basic steps rather. It's collection, organization, analysis, and interpretation of data. So first is the collection of data, where you're going to collect data, and after that collecting, you're going to organize the data, and you're going to analyze it and interpret the result. So for example, on this election, so usually the SWS conducts a survey, and the survey it's the collection. So pag-ask nila ng mga tao, ng mga voters, kung sino ang pipiliin nilang presidente, that's the collection of data. After that, they're going to organize it. They're going to tally it kung ilan bang pumili nito, ilan bang pumili kay ganito, ilan pang pumili kay ganito. And after that, collecting that, they can put it in a table or in the graph, or gawin nilang bar graph, or gawin lang nila simply as table. After that, they're going to analyze the result, and then they're going to interpret it. For example, this probably will win the election because he has or she has the highest number of votes. So that's example of statistics. The statistics are usually, we do it in everyday life. Usually, halimbawa, di ba, kung bibili muna tayo ng mga bagay-bagay, minsan magtatanong tayo kung saan ang mas mura, saan magtatanong tayo sa mga lahat, sa mga tindahan, kung saan may mas murang bilihin or mas may murang presyo. Minsan din, we ask for discounts, and saan ba mas may malaking discount. So, ang pag-survey natin, pag-collect natin ng mga data, and we're going to conclude na dito pala tayo bibili kasi mas mura dito. So that's an example of statistics. Or another example of statistics are to be given later. So the importance of statistics is society frequently organizes and expresses data numerically. So we usually organize and expresses data. Minsan we're going to collect information about our baon, kung ganito palang baon, kung ganito palang bibilin ko, ganito palang ang baon. So we collect data, and then we're going to interpret that particular data. We are exposed to statistics every day, from weather prediction. So usually weather prediction. So ganito, halos everyday na umuulan. So 3 days ang umuulan. So probably next day uulan na rin. So newspaper ads, election results, and survey. Usually kapag if it is statistical, or if it is research or educational research, meron talaga yung mga survey. So that's where you usually use statistics in terms of yung mga may formula talaga. But if kapag usual lang na information gathering, so that's still part of statistics. In education, it is frequently used to describe test results. So example, kapag halos lahat sa kanila, sa mga scores, halos lahat sa kanila nakapasa. So that's still statistics. In science, the data resulting from experiments must be collected and analyzed. So may mga experiments, and then the data will be collected and analyzed. For example, di ba sa COVID, usually sa COVID ngayon, that's still part of the disease disease are controlled through analysis designed to anticipate epidemics. So halimbawa yung mga epidemic ngayon, usually we are collecting how many every day are affected by COVID-19, so that we could predict kung bababa ba yung number or tataas ba. Probably anong movement ng data, kung tataas ba, mararami ba next day, or liliit ba next day. Next, manufacturers can provide better product at reasonable cost through the use of statistical quality control techniques, and in government, many kinds of statistical data are collected over all the time. Usually, this is for the National Statistics Office. Diba, minsan, there are some na pumupunta sa bahay collecting information about us, kung sino, ilan bang nakatira, so that we would know kung ilan na bang population ng Philippines, kung sino ba ang above average in terms of economic status, or sino bang mayaman, sino bang mahirap, o sino ba, ilang porsyento ba ang poor, ilang porsyento ba ang may trabaho, at ilan rin ang walang trabaho. Two important terms, or the knowledge statistics, can help you become more critical in your analysis of information. Hence, you will not be misled by the manufactured pools, graphs, and averages. Two important terms that you should understand in studying statistics are population and sample. So this is just an example of population of sample. Kung population, lahat ng estudyante. Pero kung sample lang, halimbawa, kukuha lang ng sample, yung halimbawa yung lahat lang ng lalaki, lahat lang ng babae, or isang grade level lang. So that's the sample. Ibig sabihin, a sample is from the population. So yung population kasi all of the students. So ang sample is just a part of the population. So example is just grade 7 lang, kahit na high school lahat-lahat ang population. In statistics, population does not only mean a group of people. Population will also mean a defined groups or aggregates of objects, animals, materials, measurements, things, events, or happenings of any kind. Thus, a sack of rice, a whole pizza pie, or a set of weights and heights are considered population. Since it would be impractical to study the whole population, as in the case of a sack of rice, then it is necessary to just take a sample of the population. Thus, a handful of rice is a sample of the population in a sack of rice. Thus, a sample is defined as a subgroup of the population drawn by some appropriate method from the population. It should be a representative of the population, that is, the sample will show the properties of the population. Example, di ba usually ngayon, election, there are a lot of SWS survey, tapos sa survey may lumabas na ganito ang may pinakamaraming boto at ganito ang may pinakakaunting boto. Sa survey na yan ng SWS, hindi lahat-lahat ng voters sa Pilipinas is tinatanong kung sino ang probable na butuhin nila sa May election. They are just going to choose mga 1,200, 1,500, 2,700 na mga voters, and they're not going, hindi nila yan pinipili usually. They are going to choose them randomly kung sino. They're going to choose them randomly kasi kapag pipiliin mo kung sino bubutuhin, so that's bias, mayroon ng bias. So in here, they usually pick them randomly, but hindi yan lahat-lahat ng mga voters sa Pilipinas ang tinatanong. They are going to choose only persons that could probably answer their questions, and they are not going to choose them purposely, but they're just going to choose them randomly so that the result would not be biased. So in our daily activities, we encounter a lot of sortings and organizing objects, data, or things like what you just did. These are just few of the activities of doing statistics. So in our activity 1, we're going to answer the first questions, the 3 questions. What is statistics? So you could research, or you could base it in the discussion a while ago and then give your own answer. Second, give some examples of activities which you think statistics is involved. Bibigay kayo ng mga activities na kung saan may statistics other than yung sinabi ko, or you could write them, you could explain them, or you could give it, you could write it here. Number 3, let's list down 4 problems or questions that can be answered using statistics. Ano ba yung mga questions? For example, sa election, who will probably win the election? So, di ba, you could answer that. Ilan ba probably ang possible cases ng COVID tomorrow. So, di ba, you could solve that based on sa mga bababa siya, ganyan. And test 2, make a survey in your community. Example, favorite singer, favorite food, and choose a question that may not give too many different or diverse answers. Ask at least 20 persons, let them write their names or answer. and answer below. So, you're going to choose a question. It's better na mas maliit lang yung mga answers sa question. For example, favorite singer. Tapos, bigyan mo sila ng choices. Halimbawa, si Justin, si Taylor, si Adele, at saka si Bruno, yung pagpipilian nila. So that it would be easier. Kasi kung mas maraming answer, mas mahirap siyang gawin later on. So, for example, dito, ang binigay na example is, who is your president? And then, these are the name ng sumagot. Sinulat nila ang kanilang mga pangalan. Sinulat rin nila ang kanilang mga choices. So, si Andre Cast, ang pinili niyang president ay si Justin. Tapos, ang kanyang sign. Si Baby Sharky, ang pinili niyang president ay si Taylor. Tapos, itong sign, si Adele naman para kay si D, si Bruno. And their signature. So, at least 20 persons lang magtatanong lang kayo. Tapos, ipasulat yung kanilang pangalan, ang kanilang answer, tapos ang kanilang signature. So, that's how you're going to answer test or activity 2. Next, we'll proceed with activity 1 rather. We'll proceed with activity 2. This is in connection with activity 1. So we're going to have the frequency distribution table. This is quite easy actually. Organizes data in a frequency distribution table. The frequency of a particular data value is the number of times the data value occurs. For example, dito sa walk, ilan ang pumili ng walking? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, ibig sabihin, the frequency is 9. So, ilan ang pumili ng bike? So, 3. So, ibig sabihin, the frequency is 3. So, this now, ang tawag na naman dito is a frequency table. Frequency table is just easy. Ang tawag dito is frequency table because it involves the list of numerical data that have been grouped in intervals and the frequency of occurrence of the data. But here, it's not interval, but it's just yung basic information ng mga data. For here, how to construct a frequency table. The first is you're going to construct a table with 3 columns. So, gagawa ka lang ng table na may 3 columns. So, gagawa ka ng ganito. Next, write down all the data values. So, yung mga data values is yung mga answer nila. So, for example, dito, ang pinili lang is walk, bike, car, at saka bus. So, in your survey, halimbawa, di ba may survey kayong ginawa. So, itong mga dito, yung mga sagot dito, yun ang mga data value. So, huwag mong isulat. Kapag natapos mo na si Bruno, huwag mo na siyang isulat ulit. So, once lang every value. Next, to complete the second column, go through the list of data values and place one tally mark at the appropriate place in the second column for every data value in the values. When the 5th tally is reached for a mark, draw a horizontal line through the 4 tally marks as shown for 6 in the above frequency table. We continue this process until all data values in the list are tallied. So, for example, in here, so number 1, alam mo kung si walk, walk, walk. So, ika-5th na, it's diagonal. You can have horizontal, you can have diagonal. This is easy para mas madali siyang bilangin. Kasi kung puro yan straight line, puro vertical line, so mahirap siya, mas matagal siyang bilangin kaysa ganito na alam mo na, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, just write a diagonal line for the 5th tally. Next is count the number of tally marks for each interval and write the count in the 3rd column, and that's for the frequency. So we're going to do this in our survey a while ago. So here it is. So this is the survey, the result of the survey, and we're going to make a frequency table. So ang unang gagawin, it's you're going to have this 3 column. Gagawa ka ng table na may 3 columns, and then right here, because their question is, who is your president? So, sulat mo dito, it's president. And based on sa kanilang answer, there are 4 presidents. So, si Justin ang nauna. Sunod si Taylor. Sunod si Adele. And last, si Bruno. So, all you have to do is you're going to count the result. So, Justin, 1. Taylor, 1. Adele, 1. Bruno, 1, 2, 3. So, 1, 2, 3. Next, si Justin. So, additional 2. Si Bruno. So, 4. Si Taylor, isa. Si Adele, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, Taylor naman, and then Justin, 4. So, we're going to count now. So, 1, ilan ang pumili ka, Justin? 1, 2, 3, 4. The frequency is 4. For Taylor, it's 3. For Adele, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then for Bruno, it's 4. So, if we're going to have the total, to solve the total, 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 9, 16, plus 4 is 20. So, kailangan 20 siya because in here, 20 ang ating total. So, kailangan mag-coincide silang dalawa. So, they should have the same result, which is 20. And that's how you're going to make a frequency table based on the survey that you have done in activity 1. Thank you.